Hello there, welcome to Target Radio Podcasts. Yes, we have a podcast for your ears. Every week here on the show, on our live shows that is, we try and get an interesting persons, artists, band members, music, poets, film playwrights. We even get, we'll try and get everyone. We'll try and get everyone that's interested in our genre of music that we portray here on Target Radio. So what we do is sit them down, we have a telephone interview, sometimes a live interview, and we discuss all things in their profession. So stay tuned here. This one is an absolute blast. You're going to love this, and I'll be back at the end to obviously, tell you what's coming up in the very near future. I am the Podfather. I will now tell you that this is Target Radio Podcasts. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, and if you think we deserve it, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating. That would be rather nice. Thank you very much indeed. So over to me. Sit tight and enjoy. This is Target Radio. 5
Sunday,
4
Sunday,
3
Sunday night,
2
in his Sunday best.
1
Sunday,
go. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Dear God in heaven, please let this show go okay, with no major boobs or goofs, or is it goofs? Please don't let me tread all over the intros of records, or say a naughty word.
So let's have fun.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Hello, 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 and welcome to the show.
Lock it on to the best station on the net.
First we take a groovy record, then we add a super sound DJ.
oh, Sean
The
Kirk.
big DJ, the big DJ.
When do I get my badge?
And a very good evening. Welcome. Cookie here for 2 hours of your Sunday evening. Thank you very much for joining me. Oh, you are such lovely people. On tonight's show then. Oh, it's fun-packed, I tell you, and we're going to be extremely busy. So first up then, we've got around about 7:30 this evening. We've got the fabulous Tim Darvell, or Darville. Darvall. We've got Tim. I do this every time, don't I? I should find out the correct pronunciation of his surname. Anyway, Tim's here. And the fantastic Tim has released Fields of Dawn. 4 tracks called Goodbye Farewell, easy for me to say, recorded by a multitude of different artists. And the proceeds of this will all go to bowel cancer. So, we're going to have a chat with Tim, find out a little bit more about this fantastic project and how he got started in it. Looking forward to that. That's about 7:30. And then at 8 o'clock this evening, does she really need any introduction at all? Well, we're going to let her have one anyway. We've got none other than Paul Weller's sister, the lovely, the great, the splendid Nicky Weller. Yeah, she's going to be popping on, telling us a little bit about Nordhoff Robbins, a brilliant charity. And we've got a poster of The Jam, signed by none other than Paul Weller. We're giving it away. Well, we're raffling it off. Actually, we're auctioning it off. So the auction is going to start right about... Ready? Steady. See what I'm doing here? Go! So I know for a fact at the moment, I'm just going to check just before we carry on with The Who. We've got Martin A. Dean at the moment. I'm just going to refresh my page just before we start with The Who to find out if it is still him. And it is. He's put £40 up for it. So if you want this signed poster, you've got to bid more than £40. And every single penny that you bid will go to charity. Okay? The Nordoff Robins, whoever wins, that money goes straight to charity. So please make sure whatever you're bidding, you can afford it, and obviously the winner will receive that poster and their money will go to help music therapy charity. We'll find out more about that a little later. Let's drum up a little bit of business. Okay, so we're on Facebook Live right now. And just to let you know that the bidding has now started for our, a brilliant poster about the young idea signed by none other than Mr. Paul Weller. And every single penny that you bid, and if you are the winning bidder, your prize fund goes to a charity called Nordoff Robins. We're going to get Nicky Weller on around 8 o'clock this evening to chat to her about this fantastic music therapy charity. Wow, what a catchy tune! Chris Pope and the Chords UK. And listen to the radio. Great advice. Go on, you know it makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to tell you now that, okay, I am looking serious this evening because it's a serious show. I tell you now. Okay, so, right, we've got, I tell you what, we're going to play this one. Now, this is called Lord Sonny the Unifier with a track called Knockout. Now, we played this last week and it was met with so much enthusiasm, I've been asked to play it again. So, well, why not? Now, just before I do that, please head over to our Facebook Target Radio. Okay, it is Target Radio live page for presenters and listeners. There you'll see a couple of pictures, one about the young idea, that's the jam, and then in the top right hand corner you'll see a blow up picture of the signature from Paul Weller. He's actually put love Paul Weller, so he loves all of you. Okay, now obviously the bid at the moment is up to £40, but can you beat £40? And every single penny goes to the Nordoff Robins Music Therapy. Okay, don't forget, we have got two special guests on with me this evening. Looking forward to our chat with Nicky Weller around 8 o'clock this evening. But we've got Tim Darville. He's coming on very soon. I think we've got time for just one more track before we do that. The jam there, of course it was. And down in the tube station at midnight. I think we've got to do this, haven't we? Let's ring the lovely Nicky Weller. And why not, indeed? And hopefully we've got Nicky Weller now live on the telephone. Hi, Nicky, you there?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm not too bad. You need one of these, Nicky. Hang on. Where's it gone? Hang on, I've got to get them all back in. Go on, right, ready? Here we go. You love that bit.
Oh, thanks.
You're very welcome. How are you, Nicky?
I'm very good, thanks.
Good. Are you standing indoors, washing your hands, put your face mask on, and all that other malark? Yeah. There we go. Enough about that then. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I've done all the washing, cleaning, ironing, everything I could possibly do today indoors.
Oh, my goodness me, indeed. So, first and foremost, thank you very much indeed for sending me the poster. It's a marvellous poster, ladies and gentlemen. I've put some pictures up on the website and obviously on the Facebook page as well. And you got your brother to sign it for us as well, Nicky. That is marvellous of Paul to do that, and I know he's a very busy man.
Very welcome.
Indeed. And how's lockdown affected you as, a family, I suppose? I suppose I'll ask this question.
Well, it's been challenging. I think it's been challenging for everybody, though, this year.
I think so.
Yeah, just, work has been pretty much rubbish. Sort of started it, then stopped again, started again and stopped again. That's all finished. And my mum's not been great, so I've been sort of looking after her quite a bit. So that's kept me busy. And then she lives near my brother at the barn, so I pop in and see him as well. So we're kind of in our own little bubble, really, us lot.
I mean, if you'd have asked you a year ago about bubbles and things like that, we'd probably think, hang on, what sort of oxygen are you sort of like breathing? Because I've got no idea what you're talking about. Oh, my goodness me, it's unbelievable the things that we're doing now.
Bit of a mad one.
Indeed. Well, send my best to Anne, because what a lovely lady. And I think I've said this before. When I first met your mum, and I was with a couple of the guys that knew her very, very well, and I said, is she approachable? I'd love to say hello to her. And it's such an amusing story. I'll just briefly explain it. So I went over there and I said, oh, hello there, Mrs. Weller. I said, could I possibly get a picture with you? She went, absolutely not, in a poshest voice. And I went, and I thought, I've really...
Jokingly.
Oh, absolutely. And I thought, oh, my goodness me, I've really offended Paul Weller's mum. So I went, I sheepishly started to walk away, and she grabbed me and she goes, of course you can, darling. Here we go. And she's such a lovely lady. So my best to Anne, obviously, and obviously, the rest of the Weller family, really. But let's go on with this about the young idea. Now, obviously, this was supposed to happen this year, and then bloody COVID come along and just stripped it all away from us.
Ruined
it. It just ruined everything. I mean, I was looking forward to getting down to Brighton and revisiting it all.
What a summer we would have had as well down there.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, weather was with us.
Probably be pedalling down next year, wouldn't
Absolutely.
it?
I was going to ask you about that, actually, because obviously, I take it you're going to reschedule this.
Yeah, well, at the moment, we've rescheduled to start on the 31st of July, so a day earlier than we were this year.
Yeah.
But that's just how it's sort of, that's just how it's played out. But, I mean, as long as nothing kind of goes wrong, then...
COVID-y.
Should be all guns blazing, really.
Absolutely. It's either that, Nicky, or you're going to have to get some sort of like Jam memorabilia face masks. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. And then we can have some Jam memorabilia sort of shieldings as well, so we can all sort of go around and
we can all sit in bubbles, couldn't we?
We could all sit in like perspex bubbles with oxygen masks and things on and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough said about that. So, obviously, about the young idea was unfortunately cancelled this year. Now, obviously, you had some memorabilia and some posters, obviously, to give away. And obviously, I sort of grabbed it with both of my mucky mitts and obviously got your brother to sign it for us. And I thought, it would look lovely in my studio, but it would be better if we could raffle this off and, make some money for a really good charity. Now, obviously, I asked you about the charity a couple of weeks back, and I've been looking into it. Now, Nordhoff Robbins. Tell us a little bit about the charity and what do they do?
Well, I used to, when I finished working with my brother, I went to work for Nordhoff Robbins for quite a few years, and I became their events manager, like their fundraising manager. I worked there blimey, 2009 I think I left there in the end, but it was just, I had about £3 million to raise for them, and they're fantastic. They basically they have music therapists which take a long time to get a bursary and learn their trade. But it's basically for it's for everybody. It's from kids with autism right up to old folk with dementia. It's incredible what music does, actually, which is probably what a lot of people have been feeling during this lockdown. As soon as you put a bit of music on, it sort of cheers you up, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I mean, there's so many people gone out there and sort of like, gone on to different sort of, should we say, websites and purchased an instrument and think, right, I'm going to learn to play this. Yeah. And, it's amazing now that probably all gathering dust in the corner of their room thinking, I'll get round to doing it. I will get round to doing it, but I've just got to paint the spare room first.
Yeah,
exactly. And I don't know how many sort of ukuleles have been sold and guitars and things like that. But I take it then the Nordhoff Robbins actually teach, like you say, people to learn to play an instrument.
I mean,
that's fantastic.
They have these outreach places all around the country. I mean, unfortunately, during lockdown, they've not been able to open the centre, which is a real pain because, basically, it's just like they've got therapists that are sort of sitting there on furlough, and it's only sort of probably only like any other different fundraising out there as well. It's just been a nightmare this year. None of the events can happen, so lots of stuff has been happening online. And back in the summer, my brother did like a little gig for us. Well, did a number, and I got Chris Difford and Tim Burgess and a few other people to do do like a little mini gig online, which we raised a bit of money for. So
fantastic.
It's just to try and keep them going, really, you know.
Indeed. I take it they don't get much in the way of government help.
No, they don't. It's all basically, it's all from the events that they run, you know, during the year, which has obviously been not happening. And so they really rely on people's donations and stuff. So everything I've kind of done this year, I've just sort of pointed in the direction of Nordoff Robbins.
Indeed. And I was talking to Steve Smiley Barnard. I believe you know him. And I mentioned, obviously, I had you on in a couple of weeks' time. This was a couple of weeks back now when I was talking to him. And he said, it's amazing that you've got two actual really good people on with you tonight. I had Tim Darvell just before yourself and was obviously talking about Bowel Cancer UK and obviously what he's doing with this EP. Absolutely fantastic. And then obviously yourself with Nordoff Robbins and trying to give, you know, I'm just going to use a child with autism just for you know, as an example, to give them a reach out, an outlet, you know, just to do something a little bit out of their, you know, comfort zone, I suppose, to learn to play something, to do something. You know, it's amazing that you as a person give. You don't take, you give. And this is what Steve Smiley Barnard was saying, that you have two unique people that always give. They don't take. So what do you think about that?
That's very nice. I mean, you know, we've always whole family's kind of always been into charities and stuff. You know, it's not just. I mean, I had cancer back in 2012, and I raised about 10 grand for the hospital that were looking after me. So where?
Oh, she's gone. Where's she gone? Hello. She's legged it. Hang on, I've got to call her back now. I think she cut herself off. Oh my goodness me, where are you? Right, I'm going to ring her back, okay? I'm going to redial her. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think Nicky Weller actually cut herself off. Bear with me.
I could still hear you, Sean, actually.
I know, but I couldn't hear you. I think you hit a mutey button or something.
Yeah. What bit did you hear?
We got up to where you unfortunately had cancer yourself.
Yeah, so you know, I've always fundraised for the hospital that looked after me, and another charity I really sort of look after is Future Dreams, which is a London-based charity, cancer charity. So yeah, whatever we could do really. But I mean, Nordoff Robbins just sort of touched a point this year because obviously it's music, and it's like musicians can get involved and, you know, help out and stuff, which they all have actually. They've been brilliant. And,
fantastic, yeah.
You know, so it's just, you know, you've got to kind of give back, haven't you, really?
I think so too. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think, you know, your family sort of like, you know, I think you dabble in music a little bit. Just a little bit. But, you know, obviously what I love about this charity as well, because I have a son also who's autistic. He's 13 years of age, and he's got a very strange looking acoustic guitar that he's starting to pick it up, and he's starting to sort of strum a few things together. And to be honest with you, he's now starting to put these sort of like efforts into some sort of order, and he's really getting quite good at it.
Good.
And that is fantastic.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. And, you know, when we talk about autism and autistic people, you know, they don't look any different. They don't, you know, you can't see no sort of telltale signs. They're not in wheelchairs. They don't have signs above their head saying, hey. But I'll be honest with you, there's 3 or 4 things that they could really do well. Is painting, you know, that cliche and all of that. Yeah. But arts and crafts, they can really do.
Yeah, arts and crafts, amazing.
And music falls into that category. So I think what Nordoff Robbins are doing, especially when it comes to the autistic side of things, because obviously I know a little bit about it, it's absolutely wonderful. So if we were to raise £20 today for this fantastic poster, what would that £20, what would it be used for? How much, you know, what could we expect for 20 quid?
Well, I would imagine that they buy instruments for the centre. The centre's up in Kentish Town, but as I say, it's been shut since March, and everyone's been sort of working from home and, you know, trying to keep things going. But I imagine that would buy some maybe percussion instruments, stuff like that.
Brilliant.
And then you can sort of, then as it goes up in, you know, in different amounts, you can sort of help towards a therapist becoming employed, and, you know, because they have to have these bursaries every year to get so many. I mean, it takes a long time, like I say, and it's you know, they totally rely on people giving them bursaries and that to try and get these these guys through their training. So
Of
it would
course,
be
yeah.
an absolute crying shame if suddenly these therapists were out of work and they couldn't still do the work they're doing, really.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's not a 9 to 5 job. They don't clock in and then think about their lunch break and then obviously think
No.
about going home. It's sort of like it's sort of a life choice as well. What they do, these therapists.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
yeah.
and
I wish
you know,
I was talented enough to become one, but I'm not.
no, indeed. I don't think it's for everyone, but these guys and girls that go out there and they sit with kids, they
Yeah.
sit with people that really are engaging with
Yeah,
them.
they go to hospitals and look
Absolutely.
after stroke patients.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible.
It is
And,
incredible.
It's just talking to my brother this year. I mean, he's so fed up that he hasn't been able to play. He just said, like, by the time I get to play next year, it'll be 2 years since I've played. That was in his words. It'll be 2 years since I've played out, And so you can just see how frustrating
Yeah.
it is just for a musician like that. So these guys must be feeling pretty much the same.
Absolutely.
These therapists.
I mean, I talk to musicians all the time, and I'll be honest with you, Nicky, everyone's feeling it. Some of them it's their bread and butter, some of it is like
Dreadful.
a part-time.
It's really, it's dreadful.
I
Can't even see what's going to happen with like
we can't.
venues,
No,
gig
no.
venues. I mean, what's going to happen with them? There's just not enough. There's not enough money to go around to
No,
help
there
everybody
isn't.
out there, is there?
No, that's it. And at the end of the day, we just don't know what's going to happen.
No.
I mean, we're coming out of lockdown allegedly we're going to come out of lockdown.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, is it a real lockdown anyway?
Well, I think everyone's just going to go on a big jolly, aren't they, on the 2nd, if that happens, and then we'll just be back to square one again. That's what I think.
You're absolutely hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah,
You're totally right.
Everyone should just play Christmas down this year and just it's one day and just get over it.
Well,
and
do you know
into the
something?
new year.
I think Christmas is come around at the right time of the year for us because it is a place where we should all be at home.
All be at home.
We should all be with our
Playing
own
games
family.
and,
Play some board games. Come on, get
Yeah,
the Monopoly
exactly.
board out. Let's have a family argument over who has Mayfair and Park Lane.
Exactly.
Let's
Watch
have
movies and,
exactly. Let's put a couple of DVDs on, or download a movie. Let's all
There's
sit
There's a
around.
nice Star Council documentary out at the moment.
I knew you were going to do that. I just knew you. Actually, it's fantastic. And you're on it as well. What's that all about, Nicky? Come on.
It's good, just great. I mean, just that's so much fun. We actually did go. We were allowed just before lockdown to go to a screening. There was a very socially distanced screening we had, and only a few people went to it. But it was just everyone sort of few tears in the audience, and I mean, it was just fun time. It was just a brilliant fun time.
And
during
who-
the Star Council?
And something I learnt as well, because I've always seen your brother as a sort of from the Jam days. Obviously, he was typecast an angry young man. And all of this, and then to see him sort of like playing the silly
had a
bugger.
laugh,
He was really letting his hair down, and having some real good fun with the Style Council. And
Well,
then
you can tell that from the stupid videos we did.
exactly, it's
We'd
brilliant.
go off for 3 days making a stupid video. It's unheard of.
I watched the documentary myself just last week, and I'll tell you what, I've kept it on the Sky Plus as well because I want to watch it again and again and again. And I'll be honest with you, I found it really, really interesting, informative as well. There's so many things I didn't know, but obviously the malarkeying about the playing the silly bucker and things like that. I didn't know that Paul Weller was actually jovial until that point,
Yeah, I think that was Mick. Mick brought out the best in him, actually.
Indeed. And
It's bloody hilarious.
Oh, fantastic. Again, obviously, send my best to Paul, and obviously for signing this as well, because I know, obviously, it must be frustrating. I know, obviously, he's probably busy in the studio every single day doing other things, because obviously you can't go out and talk.
Writing a new album, would you believe?
Wow. You can't keep him down, can you?
No.
He's a
definitely
writing
not.
machine. So what sort of involvement now do you have? Because obviously back in the Jam days, you were head of the fan club, weren't you?
Yeah, nothing like that anymore. I just when I'm like I say, when I'm at my mum's, I see my brother once a week. But we live close to each other anyway, so
fantastic.
Yeah.
And obviously, having a sort of a famous brother. I mean, the word I want to use really is it different for you? I mean, obviously growing up, knowing that your brother was, well famous, really, let's be fair. Is it different way for you to live?
No, not really.
No?
No, not really, no.
Because obviously, if Paul was walking down the road, he's probably going to get noticed, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Do you get that, though, yourself, Nicky?
I've got to be honest, it's a bit of a pain in the arse going shopping with him or something.
Is that because of the way he shops, or because obviously people stop him and things like
that? Every 2 seconds, yeah, it's a bit of a pain.
But the thing is, with Paul, I've known is he's always got time for his fans, as long as obviously they're not interrupting, a delicate time in his life. And obviously, I think people have to be aware that he's still, a human being with needs himself. He can't stop every 30 seconds, So, ladies and gentlemen out there,
he does it, yeah.
Absolutely, he does. And I think he does it sometimes through, not another one. But obviously, I know Tufty, Steve Carver, which is one of his, good friends, and I believe that he was, when he was married, Paul was his best man.
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah.
Indeed.
Ruth, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
About that.
Oh, lovely people, them two are, and crazy as anything. Both of them crazy, but lovely
my
people.
Decided to get her biscuits, and she's making a right racket in the corner. She's trying to steal her biscuits now.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I was just going to run it for a couple of hours, this auction. Yeah. I think I'm going to run it until next week to try and raise as much money as possible, because to be honest with you, I think that Nordhoff Robins have had a hard time, like everyone else this year, because obviously of the coronavirus. But because, ultimately I can see lots of children on the website, and that is nordhoff-robins.org.uk, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Go over to there, you'll find out loads of things about the actual charity. And there's so many sort of like smiley children. Come on, that's what we need. We need children that are smiling, that are playing some music. It doesn't matter if they're good or they're not good.
They're missing out on all
they're missing out.
Therapy. Yeah.
Absolutely. And music is good therapy. We know that for a fact. It's been proven so many times before, and even if you haven't got no sort of conditions or underlining sort of mental health problems, we all know that we are all missing live music as well. So come on, shed a few pennies.
I can't wait to go to a gig.
Oh yeah, you and I both. If the gigs opened up tomorrow, okay, and you could choose any person to go and watch, apart from your brother, there we go, we'll take that one away from you. Who would it be and why?
Oh, well, do you know what? I've just seen the well, actually, it was it's got to be Blondie, I think. Clem said that they're going back out on the road next year, and I just cannot wait.
I heard rumours of this as well. So
I mean, I've seen the sort of the look-alike one, and she's absolutely brilliant. But actually, Blondie playing next year for the last time, I think would just be amazing. Well, can't wait. Hope it happens in November.
Indeed, fingers crossed for that one. So Blondie for you,
one of my favourites.
Absolutely, and. I mean, obviously, we are hoping with bated breath that 2021 will be COVID-free. Obviously, we've got this, what can I say? This jab in the bottom or arm or wherever it's going to be. Yeah. Would you have it? Are you going to have it?
Yeah, too right, I would.
There we go. Brilliant. That's what I wanted to hear. If you're going to have it, then I will. I absolutely hate needles, Nicky.
We've all got to do it, really. It's just otherwise we're never going to get rid of it, I don't think.
No. I mean, if we have to live with it, because a lot of people say, it's going to be here to stay.
Start growing extra ears and stuff. It's great, but.
Well, if you grow an extra ear, how good is music going to sound then?
Well, exactly.
There we go back to the music bit. I wanted to see The Truth this year back in Brighton. Obviously, I was going to make obviously come down and see you guys, obviously, about The Young Idea. And I was going to head over and watch The Truth play as well, because I've never, ever seen The Truth play live.
Right.
And, I wanted to see Dennis Greaves and the guys, play live. And then, obviously, boom, the rug was pulled out underneath me as well.
Yeah.
So for me, if The Truth are out again next year, and obviously we are allowed to go back out,
you'll be off.
I think I'll be there. Obviously, I'm going to come and see you guys as well down about The Young Idea. Definitely down there for that one.
To come down
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as soon as we get the green light and we go ahead with everything, is it Dan Davis, your business partner, with this one?
Yeah, Dan will be curating it with me as well. And
Fantastic.
Russell, my partner, he'll be involved in it somehow.
Indeed. So, and I'm sure all the fans will be down there in their droves coming down there.
And let's hope it's as good summer as it was this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Without the COVID, please. Thank you very much indeed. That. Yes, we don't need that anymore.
No, I meant the weather. Sorry. The rest of it. That can clear off.
Yeah, that can go and do one as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, let's have some nice weather so we can all get suited and booted, come down, see all the brilliant memorabilia. I've been there. I went to Somerset House and I was absolutely aghast with all the memorabilia there, and it was absolutely amazing. Down to even shoes and lyrics and everything was there.
Well, I want to add at the end of it. I want to add a big chunk of it to the Style Council this year as well. Next year,
yeah. Oh,
I think that would be amazing.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. And, I mean, obviously, I'll take it that Paul will be making his way down there as well. And Mick would be there as well.
Let's hope all of them, eh?
Absolutely. We say no more there because obviously I'm not going to go down that path of mentioning obviously all three Jam members. There has been some some words exchanged over the years. I think
they'll turn up eventually.
Well, they might kiss and make up. You never know. You never know. But obviously, I've spoken to the other two as well, and they're lovely fellas. That's all I can say, and that's all I'm going to say on the fact of they are lovely fellas. Right, that's enough. So let's go on to the Nordhoff Robins one more time. Now, every single penny, ladies and gentlemen, that we can raise here, I'm going to throw this over to Nicky. Nicky's then going to throw it over to Nordhoff Robins. I will then send this poster off to you. Now, it's been well packaged. Okay, I thought it was actually. I thought Nicky was sending me a tube of Toblerone. Yeah.
It was a Toblerone, didn't you?
I don't like Toblerone, but I tell you what, my wife was salivating. She goes, "You've bought me a Toblerone. It's huge."
Giant Toblerone.
Yeah, she was actually happy to see the poster. I think she was slightly disappointed it wasn't chocolate. But it's well packaged. It's in tissue paper. It's signed, as I say. And I just want to make sure now that it was the Paul Weller that you know as your brother.
Yes.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. She was there, ladies and gentlemen. She was there when he scribbled all over it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely marvellous. I'm going to keep this open for a whole week. So people that have missed the show this evening, obviously we're going to stick this up on Mixcloud as a special one-off as soon as possible. We'll keep the Facebook videos going. We'll get everyone involved.
Can you send it to me, or because I can have a link on my? I don't know how. I'm a bit kind of techie.
Yeah, I can do that. No problems at all. I'll send it through your messenger.
Send me a link or something.
I will do indeed. No worries at all there. Right. Nicky, you've been a star this evening. Thank you ever so much indeed. And for all the charities that you do, because obviously, you give, and you don't expect anything back from it apart from maybe just a simple thank you. So I'm going to say thank you very much indeed. I'm just going to get the crowd in here. The social distancing crowd are back, Nicky. Okay, they're all in the studio now. Are you ready, guys? They're ready. They're all nodding. For now, then, Nicky Weller, you have been a star. Thank you ever so much indeed. And if I don't speak to you before, have a great Christmas.
Yeah, you
okay,
too.
Don't argue over the Monopoly board, okay? It's not worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see you in 2021 down in Brighton and about the young idea. Let us know as soon as you get the green light, and obviously we'll get you back on here and we'll have a chat about that as well.
Okay, cool.
Thanks then. You take care. Here he is. Oh, here he is. Here they all are. And this is all for you. For Nicky Weller! Oh, we'll see you soon. Thanks, Nicky.
Cheers, Sean.
Take care. Bye now. Bye. Okay, if you want the signed poster from Paul Weller, and it's all about the young idea, head over to Target Radio live page for presenters and listeners. Just simply put your name, obviously it comes up with your name anyway, and the amount you want to bid. Currently it stands at £40, and that will buy loads of percussional instruments at the Nordhoff Robins charity there. They work with kids, they work with adults, and all with sorts of learning difficulties, including autism. So, your money will help buy instruments when they are able to reopen. Obviously, they've been locked down at the moment because, obviously, the COVID-19. But, get yourself over to the Target Radio live page for presenters and listeners and put your bids in there. Why not, indeed? Okay, we've got time just for a couple more. Just to let you know, though, for next week's show, we've got a special guest called Billy Liberator. For those who don't know who Billy is, he's a Woking chap. He comes from the land of Woking, the same place where Paul Weller lives. And yes, he's a musician. Of course he is. And he's got some really good music. So we're looking forward to having a chat with Billy Liberator next week. And we're back. Yes. And what did you think of that for an interview? Wasn't it great? We found out so much. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining us for the Target Radio podcasts. I am your pod father. That is me, Cookie. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes if you can, please. If you think we deserve it, 5 stars, please. It does help with the future of Target Radio. Check out all of our great shows here on Target Radio. And as I say, please, please, please support local artists and the Unsigned Band. Until next time, thank you very much indeed. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.